But I would like to ask that the council adjourn tonight's meeting in the memory of Franco Noravian. I know many of us on council knew him personally. Several attended his funeral services this past weekend. I think we have a graphic for Mr. Noravian. Franco was known as a kind and gentle and honest soul. He could do no harm to anyone. He was always a very nice guy. Everyone loved Franco wherever he went, in his business and in his personal life. In 1978, at the age of 13, he left Iran and his parents and was sent to Venice to be schooled at the Mkhitaryan Institute before coming to the United States. He arrived in LA in 1979 and lived with his uncle Alfred and Aunt Jenik, his cousins Carlo and Anahid. He graduated El Camino Real High School, went to Santa Monica College, and ultimately received his bachelor's degree in architecture from UC Berkeley in 1988. Several years later, his parents came from Iran and they were reunited. In Los Angeles, Franco worked for a small architectural firm and another until he started his own practice in 1994. He was a successful architect. His clients and business partners enjoyed working with him because he was honest and a creative genius at best. His reputation always preceded him as a hard worker. He met his wife Rita and they were married on July 4th, 1999. They were blessed with two beautiful daughters, Christina and Francesca, and these young girls deeply feel the loss of their father. His family was the most important thing in his life, and he cherished the times together. He had so much more in his life to live and to experience and to give to our community. It's very unfortunate that his life was unexpectedly cut short. We know, however, that his legacy will live on forever through his children, wife, and family, and the works of architecture that he produced throughout his 30-plus year career. So I would ask that we adjourn tonight's meeting in Franco's memory.
Mr. Najarian, if I can add something. We benefited, my family and I benefited from Franco Noravian's services, and he was a great professional and an excellent human being. I deeply, deeply regret his death, and I'm sorry that I wasn't there for his funeral.
I think he wants to.
Madam Mayor, I have comments if I can go next. Not sure if anyone else wants to go before me.
Councilmember Agajanian wants to say something about Franco.
Okay, Madam Pro Tem, then I'll go next. Thank you.
Okay, sure.
I knew Franco for a long time. He was real gentleman. I know when he was kid, the uncle and others, his uncle, I mean, and saying that they want to see him to become a doctor, medical doctor. And from childhood, he said that he wants to become an architect. And that's what he was pursuing, and that's what he did. And he was very respected architect and licensed architect. And this was such a sad occasion that I heard that he passed away a few days ago. When he passed away, this is a real loss for Glendale because he was working in Glendale and he was a designer of a few buildings around here, which he had, you know, so passionate. He was so passionate about making a building, a nice building, to design a nice building, and he accomplished that. And I'm very sad that we lost Franco.
Garpetian.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I attended Franco's funeral, and there were like hundreds of people there, and there was no room in the church, and everybody was waiting outside. It was a sad day for our community. Franco was a great guy, and known him for a long time. And one thing that you could always, you know, one thing I can tell about Franco is he always smiled. He had a big smile on his face. When I was on design review board and he would bring projects, even if the project was turned down, he would accept it with a smile. And my deepest condolences to his family and loved ones, and it's a great loss. Thank you, Madam Mayor. Can you tell them to turn off their...
Could we please turn the phones off? Thank you. Okay, I just want to add that he was a gifted architect and a very fine man, and his loss will be felt by many.